Have you ever thought about what artisanship means or what it means to be an artisan? I consider myself an artisan, not a professional one, but someone who practices these crafts for enjoyment. I make soap and bake sourdough bread. I have also tried painting, though it is not my strong suit. It does not come naturally to me, but I do plan to return to it someday. I knit just a little, and although it's not my strongest suit, I still enjoy the satisfaction of finishing a once-in-a-blue-moon usable piece and casting off the last stitch. Each craft I practice is similar in some ways and different in others. Everyone has a formula, but success also depends on the conditions in which I work. The right tools matter, and so does creating an environment that supports the best results. Grief, however, has no formula. It's its own animal, its own kind of craft, one that asks us to move through each stage without a clear plan or a recipe. Soap making, for example, begins with a formula that I know and trust. I carefully measure my oils and butters, then add the lye and the liquid that bring everything together. As I work, I hope and picture a beautiful batch of richly scented soap and just hope for the best. I cover the pot and let it cook, watching closely to prevent it from erupting, though mishaps do still happen. Even so, I keep going because I know that I have to work through each mess to reach the end and create a good bar of soap that is both useful and sometimes beautiful. It may not be perfect, and it may not come together easily, but it still becomes something worthwhile, just not always in the way I expected. Grief is much the same. It is often messy and hard to move through. After the accident, I stopped making soap for a while because I was too overwhelmed with sadness to think about anything beyond getting through each day. I still make it for personal use or special orders, and although my passion for it has changed and dwindled, it still remains, just in a different form. Grief changes us, and there is no set formula for how to face it. I took up sourdough after seeing countless Facebook posts about it during COVID. It piqued my interest, and my mind and soul needed a challenge. I carefully followed the steps to create my own starter, a process that took about 2 weeks, but then took several more months for the starter to become strong enough to make good bread. I had to feed it faithfully, and I tried many recipes. And I learned that each environment called for different measurements and that proofing times vary widely. I stretched and folded the dough with care, hoping for a loaf that was both beautiful and tasty. In the midst of brokenness, I longed for beauty. Grief is much the same. There is no clear formula. Though it rests on a foundation shaped by those who came before us, each person must move through it in their own way, just like designing soap or shaping their breads. Grief may not produce a beautiful outcome in the way artisanship can, but our crafts can help us navigate that journey and find moments of peace and joy along the way. Yes, I did say joy, because when we have success, it is joyful. Today marks 7 years since you left us, Gracie, and reliving it is still difficult. Gracie used to join me in the soap room, often riding her scooter nearby and watching me while I work. I miss that so much, but whenever I return to make soap, I feel her with me. She never saw me make sourdough bread, but I imagine she would have loved the process and stood beside me as I mixed the dough and baked the bread and waited to enjoy a slice. I encourage you to look for the passions within you and return to them when you find the strength. If you have not yet found a hobby or passion, seek one. Practice them as you search for moments of peace, calm, and even beauty when the world feels void of it. Whisper, "I love you and miss you. I wish you were here," to your lost loved one. Cry if you need to. Stop and take breaths when the ache feels overwhelming. Let yourself lean into the work of your craft, trusting it to carry you towards something beautiful. I love you, Gracie, and I wish you were here with Nana making this bread. You will never be forgotten. I made mashed potatoes today, one of your favorites. Don't let the bears bite, Angel. Love, Nana.